What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the garage. Today we're going to be taking a look at Harbor Freight's newest ad. This would be Monday, January 9th, which is today as of filming, through Sunday, January 22nd. And I'm calling this kind of an odds and ends ad. It's got a lot of small things that may not be that huge deal, but they're things you're going to use or handy to have around. So with that being said, let's get in here and take a look. As you can see, Monday, January 9th through Sunday, January 22nd. First thing up is the socket rails. These are the metal ones, $1 a piece, not saving a ton of money, but if you're going to need them, not a bad way to save a couple bucks. Limit 4 on those. Same with the super glue and the funnel set. The super glue disposable, one-time use tubes are always handy to have around, as well as the funnels. If you're using something that's going to ruin a funnel, you don't really want to use a good one. So I always use these for things like paint, or like if you're using epoxy or something like that. These are great funnels to use in that situation because you don't feel bad throwing them away when you're done. We've also got some paint brushes. Handy to have those around just in general for dusting things off and that sort of thing. Flap discs from Warrior. So this is a good buy if you're buying locally. You can do a lot better online, but $2 a piece, not bad if you need one locally or don't want to buy online for whatever reason. And then you've got the aluminum rafter square, and these are handy to have around if you're welding or plasma cutting. You don't feel bad about ruining a $2 one versus something more expensive. Same with these C-clamps for $3 a piece. Use those for welding. Won't feel bad welding next to it and messing one up if you get a little bit too close. Then you've got some bungee cords, $6 for 12 of those. Not a horrible price there. You've also got the fully polished combination wrench set, 9-piece. I believe that is, yes, SAE or metric there. So if you want some cheap wrenches to throw in an extra tool bag or something like that, check those out. Same thing with these socket sets, 10-piece sets, SAE or metric, 10-piece, $9 there, saving a couple bucks. You do have the Predator 6.5 horse for $139.99. That's $20 off the regular price. And as you guys know, these things have really gone up in the last couple years. So anytime you can get one on sale, that's a good time to buy. I've also seen some guys on the Facebook groups being able to score some pretty good deals on open box and returns if you're okay with buying an engine like that. I think I saw some as low as like $89 or $90, something like that. So definitely keep a lookout for those if you're looking for some random projects and can wait a little bit and don't need to spend that full price or even the sale price. Another highlight of this ad is going to be the titanium flux 125. So this is the welder everybody talks about starting with and is recommended widely online. I have one myself. It's a great welder. I don't know that I would recommend it at this point with some of the other machines I've been able to use, but it is definitely a solid welder if you want to buy something local. There's more options on Amazon and stuff like that. If you're comfortable with that, you can check out some of my other videos. I'll link to up in the corner here. Not a bad price. So the only way to get a better price on this machine is going to be if you have a 20% off coupon that applies to this machine. It would make it $171.99. Or if you can wait long enough to get one of those "I'm sorry we missed you" coupons for 25% off, that would be $161.24 from their published $214.99 regular price. That's the only two ways you're really going to get this thing any cheaper than $174.99. So it's not a bad time to buy, especially if you're at Harbor Freight quite a bit and probably will never see one of those 25% off coupons. Moving on from there, we've got the Vulcan Omni Pro 220 for $1049. That's $100 off. Once again, if you look around, you can find some comparable machines for less money if you're okay with buying something online. Down here, we've got the Hercules 12-inch sliding compound miter saw, $329.99, so $70 off there. Not a bad price if you need to save a little bit compared to some of the big names. I mean, you're getting up there pretty close at this point to some of the bigger names, but if you do need to save that extra money, that's not a bad purchase. This thing has pretty solid reviews on it. Here we've got the titanium coated step bit set. These aren't bad. I have a few of them myself. As long as you keep the speed down and keep them lubricated well, they're going to do just fine. They may not last forever, but that's expected with some $13, $14 step bits. But I've been using mine just fine, and it beats going up to a $60 a piece Milwaukee step bit. Eventually one day I'll get there. I'm just not quite there yet where I'm going to spend that kind of money on a step bit. Here we've got the Bauer 15 amp planer. That is $50 off in this ad. And then we've got the Warrior 4.3 amp angle grinder. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. These Warrior grinders are great if you use them within their limits. And within their limits means understanding it's a $10 angle grinder. So don't be throwing, you know, a cutting wheel on there and expecting to be able to cut thick steel for extended periods of time without burning the thing up. If you throw a wire wheel on there or maybe a flap disc and you're just buzzing off the tops of your welds or cleaning up a few spots on some metal, they're going to work just fine. I actually do keep one with a wire wheel loaded on it, so I don't have to switch them out of my main grinders I use for cutting or flap disc work. Back to the ad. We've got the 12-ton bottle jack for $34.99, $10 off there, 22%. So that's probably as good as a deal you're going to get on that. Then you've got the Daytona 2-ton jack, $189.99. This is the Racing Series aluminum jack, so that's a pretty decent price. Probably not the best we've seen, but you know, anytime you can save that money, it's worth it. Now down here is interesting. They've got the bigger welding cart on sale. This one I have, so I like the idea of the cart with the drawers if you've got one machine. If you had one multi-process machine that you threw on top, that'd be one thing. But I like this, actually the cheap cart, because you can put two machines on there. You can put one on top and one down below. And then you've got that middle shelf for some accessory type stuff. So on mine, I keep my TIG welder on top and then the plasma cutter down on the bottom. And that works out great for me, although it would be nice to have a couple drawers. Then we've got the titanium auto darkening welding helmet. I don't know who's buying these, but definitely look around. Yes, Welder's got a huge selection of welding helmets on sale most of the time. I've got one and I've had no issues with it. It's got a much larger screen than this one has, and it was a little bit cheaper as well. So I'll put a link to that Yes Welder helmet in the description below so you can check that out. And now we're kind of getting towards the end of this ad, so there's not a whole lot left in here. But I do want to draw some attention to this grinder brush kit that I didn't know existed until this ad, and I probably missed it a bunch of times. But $7.99, you're getting the wire brush, you know, the wire hand brush, and then you're getting a couple cups and a couple wire wheels, all for $7.99. That's a great deal. And I mean, if you're starting out welding and need wire wheels and brushes, this is a fantastic kit to buy. So you got $7.99 on sale. Regular price is only $9.99, and I think even at $9.99, this is a very good price on what you get in this little kit. Because if you look at some of these wire wheels, they're $4.99 or $3.49 a piece. Plus, you know, the wheels are about the same price. So you're really saving quite a bit of money buying them this way if you're just getting started and need to get several different options for you to be able to use. And then you've got the Bauer stripping drums on sale. If you have that tool, this would be a good time to stock up on some of these because those drums are a little pricey. And then all torque products, including torque wrenches, screwdrivers, and adapters, are 20% off. There's a coupon down here at the bottom. That's good through the end of the month and actually started a few days ago. So that's going to wrap up this recap of the ad. So let me know what you guys think down below. You going to buy any of this stuff, or did you buy any of it already? And how's it working out for you? Check out some other videos. Subscribe. Do a live stream every Sunday at 6:30 Central Time. We're starting to get a little bit of a group hanging out in there, so come join us for that. I've also got some big news involving a podcast coming up, so keep your eyes peeled for that as well. I'll throw a link to the podcast trailer down in the description as well, so you can subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform.